Hi, my name is George Ojala, and I'm a veteran from Vietnam. And this is the outfit I threw on. It was Air Rescue Recovery. And our expression, our motto is, these things that we do, that others may live. It's not my bones, it's the chair. So this outfit is the 37th Air Rescue and Recovery Squadron at Da Nang Air Force Base, which I served from 1971 to 1972. And this one, the 41st Air Rescue and Recovery Squadron, was out of Marin County at Hamilton Air Force Base, which has long been turned into subdivisions. The reason I am here is to introduce you to my website, honortheliving.rememberthedead.com. And this is my story about the Veterans Administration and what it does to veterans, and in particular me. But first, October is the month of the bully. Bullyism is wrong and makes us wonder why. Its only purpose to me is that it's used to break kids and their connection to the universe. We're full of love, and then over a period of years we get picked on, and it seems everybody does it. It is ingrained into our society and determines where we will fit in the world we grow in. Bullies create bullies, and you don't want to be on the receiving end. It seems that making fun of or picking on someone who is weaker than yourself will make you feel better, and that's kind of sick in its own sense. It causes harm to one's self-image and even leads to suicide if continued long enough. My story, I grew up in East Cleveland in the 50s, and I was bullied as early as the 2nd grade. Some of the boys were mean, and they would run past you and give you a knuckle in the head and run away laughing. Another time, a high schooler ran by, grabbed my gonads, and squeezed real hard, and laughed at me, and he called me a name I didn't understand. They called it giving you a nut at that time. I got beat up on a regular basis, and I was the one that kids wanted to fight to prove their manhood or just to feel better about themselves. It's like I had a big C on my chest. Bully me, I'm a coward, bully me. Our Cub Scout leader, this is still in the 50s, was pulled from his car one night by a neighborhood gang and was permanently crippled. They beat him up, and he was crippled. And this is around the time West Side Story came out. I could see kind of the relationship of gangs and that interaction where they want to do damage to you just because you're not them. So I remember that I was mad and angry and wanted to get even. I spent weeks and weeks planning out what I was going to do to them, and I was too chicken to do it in the end. And in that process, I became hating myself because I didn't stand up for myself. And then one day I forgot. I wanted to go out and play, and I forgot that I was angry, mad, and wanted to get even. And as kids, we forget all the things that happen to us that are especially bad, like coming out the birth canal. We don't have a memory of that, or getting beat up. Usually we don't have a memory of that. And it goes back into what I would call, and turns into an angst. Like when you're angry and you have something going on, one of them is an angst, then it builds on itself over and over and over again. I never and didn't forget the anger that I had. I started to clench my teeth and bite my nails, which I still do today, because I had all this nervous energy that I didn't know what to do with. By the 4th or 5th grade, it was too difficult to pay attention to everything with what was going on with me, so I became willfully ignorant. And that's a good point to remember here. We become willfully ignorant when we forget about all the things that happen to us to make a choice to want to get even, to want to hate. Like in the Bible, it says, love one another, but it's hard to love when you hate yourself or others for doing this to you. So I stopped paying attention in 5th grade, and I got through high school and that with average C's, maybe a better one when I was interested. at being willfully ignorant, I was lost and I didn't know where I belonged. I just didn't know. I became just another one of the bullied and faked the rest, pretending I was okay when I was not, getting along when I didn't know how to. It's like my dad was Republican. When I became of age, I turned Republican. I didn't have to pay attention because that program that I was going through had been beat into me, that the Republicans were the good party and they were against the Democrats. So I'd go in and vote R. So I'd have to think. But I look at other people who were trying to figure out the ballot, and I thought they were dumb and stupid for taking that time. I knew what to do. However, I was wrong. Vietnam changed all that for me, and my quest to find and heal myself began, and how to tune myself back into love again. Because I'm here talking to you from a place of love within me, even though my back is killing me, even though I was supposed to have nerve block treatment 10 months ago through the VA and they lost it. And 10 months later, I'm still fighting. We need an MRI with contrast, and they do it without contrast. They have to cancel that one and probably pay themselves for it. Then to do another one, and they're 10 months later, and I'm still hurting. And I hope that it doesn't get in the way of my talking with you. This month, the Republicans are out in force, using their ability to tap into the psyche of the bullied and willfully ignorant people that seems to be their base. And they want to do this solely to keep themselves in power. They use fear and more fear. They're coming over the border, they're going to steal your jobs, when probably the people who are coming over want to take the jobs that you never wanted in the first place because it's beneath our dignity. T. Rump, our president, is using the bully pulpit to bully the masses, blaming the Democrats for everything that the Republicans are doing to us. I was taught that when you point your finger at someone in anger, 3 fingers are pointing back at you, and that's where it comes from. Okay, Canadian Cruz is a consummate bully, being an attack attorney, and he is great at that. He answers questions through the side of his mouth and makes slick jokes that make a bullied audience laugh. However, he is short on everything else. You have a golf spike in your face guy. I'm going to F you guy and body slam you guys, and a whole bunch of others. So they're using the damage that is put into us to control and manipulate you to vote Republican. And I'm here to tell you, get rid. I'm a Republican, I'm an independent mind. Get rid, R-I-D, of the red, the Republicans. They are killing veterans and they're killing us as they want your vote to continue. Now, the opiate problem started under Newt Gingrich and the Republican Congress. The opioids were created in '97, and then, since then, the Republicans gave the big pharma everything they wanted. And you can see now how willing they are to help us out now that they got us addicted to it. I wanted to share about bullying since this is our month to do that. And I wanted to share my website, honortheliving.rememberthedead.com. It tells my story as a veteran. I have an appeal that goes back 41 years where the VA changed the diagnosis of my service-connected condition and cut me 50% and then lied about it. And they've been lying to Congress ever since. And the only one person that got the VA to tell the truth was President Reagan, my hero. He had them write a letter to me from the chairman of the board of the Veterans Board of Appeals in Washington, D.C., named Kenneth Eaton. And he tells the truth to me through Reagan about how they went about doing an illegal act of cutting my benefits. And they lied about it. They've been lying to Congress ever since. I have like 5 congressmen I've written in the last 30 years, 5 or more presidents, senators, and they all come back to the same thing, that the VA says you're not entitled. The VA is not right. We don't have your records. We're going to remand this for more information. But in the end, they always turn me down. And as I said, Reagan produced a letter through the VA that shows that what I'm saying in my website is the truth. and what the VA has said all the way through is a big fat lie. Thank you.